Ooh, we are live. We are live. What? We're good. All good. I'm doing some check-ins. Not sure what's going on. Oh, that's the button to share. Testing, testing. Okay, we all good here. Right. So, yeah. Okay, just checking, just checking. Yes, right. This is my first live video. So, be gentle with me. Otherwise, I'm gonna get aggressive like Darth Dawkins. Right, so, what is this video gonna be? Shall we put a little bit of a drama? Yeah, okay, let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel. I'm going to make a live review about this video that I saw from Dr. Darth Dawkins. Oh yeah, you heard me right, Dr. Darth Dawkins. He's got a PhD in Bullshitology. He graduated 10 years ago with honors. From where, you may ask? Oh, from his mother's basement. He's a young earth creationist, a born-again loser. In this video, he will mainly discuss two topics. One, or first, morality, and the second, the flood narrative in the Bible. So, I'm gonna shut the hell up and let's hear what he has to say. Right, this video is from Fairy Tales for Theists. Okay, so all credits to him. I've said that in the description. So let's go.
You know, many of the atheists that we encounter on Discord, many of them are self-professed to have a range of moral problems, right?
Well, they don't believe that there are objective morals anyway, right?
Well, they're liars.
Why?
Okay,
Yeah.
they're actually lying about that because they don't live that way.
Hold on. Why are you generalizing? Why are you generalizing? Seriously. Why everybody is the same as one?
Well, that's true because they'll complain about your morals. They'll say, "Oh, you're homophobic" or something. Like Dawkins, or Sartre. Oh, or even Bertrand Russell. They're all like, "There is no morality, yet I'm a pacifist, or yet I'm against homophobia."
All right, shut up. Shut up. Be
Oh, shut up. Why? Because you said homophobic.
quiet. Everyone in the room, B3 is a scumbag. You want to know why?
Why?
Because he likes chocolate cake.
You're talking nonsense, man. You're talking nonsense.
I don't like chocolate cake. B3 likes chocolate cake. You are a terrible person because you like chocolate cake. I don't like chocolate cake.
Holy moly!
That's the level of their morality.
Really? Is that the reach of your intelligence?
You B3. Yeah, now I gotta get out of here.
Okay. If
No,
morality
you're right.
if morality is subject, then that's what I just
Yeah,
said about B3 is an
they think it's
example
just a
of their
taste.
morality.
No. That's not what it is. We have got a set of values and behaviors, right? I didn't want to start chatting about morality because that's a big topic, but you need a minimum of two people to have a moral discussion or behavior, right? So that person that you're liaising with have got a particular view and is only going to infringe on my one if my one is not the same as his. And I've got different opinion. So it's got two choices. Either we get the common denominator and live together, or we stay apart from each other. It's simple as that.
Yeah, they think it's just a difference of personal taste. That's what
Sure. What's wrong with that? Gary likes to have affairs and have STD confirmed by his wife or ex-wife. So don't give me about morality. You lose.
And this is what
listen to
I've heard. Who's the one?
Listen.
Go ahead.
If you were to hypothetically kidnap them,
Right. I have heard this clip about 4 or 5 times now. I'm stopping it here because we're gonna follow his hypothetical, right? So this is Darth talking to B33, another religious idiot, right? So the hypothetical is that one of the religious people will do what he's just about to say.
and handcuff them onto a chair in your basement.
Ooh, what will you say, a basement?
And just keep them around for a couple of months as a play toy to torture them to your heart's content.
Is that what your mother is doing to you, Mr. Darth Dawkins?
Right? They would just be like, "What is wrong with you?" Say, "Well, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with me. You just don't like the way I'm getting satisfaction."
You know, they would.
Mr. Darth Dawkins, is that the way your mind works? You get satisfaction, even if it's a hypothetical, right? To kidnap somebody, put it in your mother's basement, tie them up, and beat the shit out of them for X amount of time. Okay. Well, you are immoral son of a gun.
They would become the most ardent moralists in the first day. They would be using every morally persuasive tactic imaginable.
Imagine right before their kidnapper, after torturing them for months, was going to kill them and then just bury them somewhere, that they get rescued by the police. The kidnapper.
Hold on.
the person secretary got murdered, buried, and he got rescued. Let's hear that again.
Just bury them somewhere, that they get rescued by the police.
Rescued by the police, and the guy already is dead.
Their kidnapper, after torturing them for months, was going to kill them and then
Was going to kill them.
And just bury them somewhere, that they get rescued by the police. The kidnapper is now brought to trial, and the judge says, while they're in the courtroom, how do you plead to all the charges? Guilty, Your Honor. And the judge says, I render the verdict.
No, you don't render any bullshit verdict. It will go on to trial. There were a period, a set of what's the word I'm looking for? A jury. Right? That they will review according to the both lawyers, and the jury will render a verdict. It's up to the judge to recommend what type of sentence. What type of sentence according to the verdict.
Guilty. You are hereby sentenced to probation.
That is astronomical stupid comment. A convicted murderer will not get probation. You're a dishonest piece of crap.
What would be the reaction of these atheists?
Well, the reaction of anybody will be of amazement, of astonishment that a judge will give any type of probational period, i.e. no jail time, for a confirmed kidnapper and murderer. Work that one out, you dishonest piece of crap.
Oh, I'd be upset. No, but another thing is that if they happen to be a vegan atheist, like
vegan atheist,
after that first day without food, they'd be eating raw meat off of a dog dish.
But why the hell are you laughing? You cannot imagine the struggles of somebody, or how far somebody will go to survive. They will do almost anything. Okay?
All I know is, isn't it appropriate that the patron saint of San Francisco is Saint Francis of Assisi?
Oh,
well, now he's making this saint to be gay.
Not gonna get into it. I don't know that much about Saint Francis.
That's true. That's true.
It is true. Yeah. Anything that you say is true.
Yeah, but San Francisco was not always a hellhole.
No, but
you're just saying
now.
It's kind of coincidental.
Well, if God doesn't judge San Francisco, he's going to have to apologize to Sodom and Gomorrah.
Yeah, I agree with that. Hey, did you ever hear they actually found a place that might fit the description for Sodom and Gomorrah? It was a recent
surprise,
video
surprise! They found Jericho.
Places in the Bible. That does not mean this story is true. That's equivalent of saying, "Oh, we discovered New York and Spider-Man." That means Spider-Man is true. You ignorant sods.
Now they think it might have been like meteor impacts, but of course God controls the heavens. So I mean, that's
God controls the heavens.
That's probably how he did it anyway. Like, I don't know what he used. He didn't use a nuke.
Who cares how he did it?
Right. Who cares how your imaginary friend did any wrongdoing or anything for that matter?
No, he probably. I mean, in all probability, if he's going to destroy a city back then, he's going to use a damn meteor or something.
Why you are using a human point of view to obtain a distraction on how we judge how something would be destroyed? Right? If this guy, this imaginary friend, made a human male out of mud, why would it need a meteor? Right? It can poof it out of existence. You're just making shit up. Oh, so now we're going to the flood story.
Remember, they say, well, there's not enough water to flood the earth. What they don't realize is they're imagining that the water table was at the same level throughout the entire globe.
We have ever said nothing of the sort. The Bible is saying that the whole planet was flooded, period, right, up to the top of the mountain, right? So that volume of water does not exist in the natural world. In your imaginary mediocre mind, yeah, any bullshit is possible.
All right. And they don't realize that their model is faulty because...
Hold on. There's no model to discuss. You are the one who says that there was a flood. You have the burden of proof, not us. Right? You guys are specialized in making bullshit. So, make it.
If you have massive geological upheaval...
No. Massive geological upheaval is just an abrupt movement of the crust. Okay? That's it. Are you saying that because there were some sort of upheaval is equal what?
The Earth's crusts producing chronic or recurring earthquakes resulting in massive, unbefore known gigantic tsunamis.
What? Making tsunamis? As far as I'm aware, tsunami are made. It starts from geological drastic movement, rapid movement, right? But think about something. It's basically pushing water, right? Or great masses of water or displacements of water due to the land mass being pushed, right? That is the mass is the tsunami, right? And it will travel as long as it something else stops it, another landmass or whatever, right? So, but put that into consideration. Something comes out, it will be filled in with other stuff, and then it will equalize. Like all tsunami. The tsunamis, when they go in, it doesn't freaking stay, you ignorant sod. It will retract back.
You can flood all the continents.
Flood all the continents. The continents are above ground, above sea level, above sea level. Right? So you push water from an unknown place, it will diminish from that place. So you will not. Tsunami is not your solution to flood continents. You need additional water, not the water that is already there.
Yeah, I was actually going to ask you, where do you come down on that? Do you think that the Earth was literally covered face to face in water?
Right. It's saying like globally.
Or do you think it was just a global flood that wiped everyone out? Or how do you?
Well, it's the same bullshit you just said.
How do you come down on that?
He's making it up.
I believe that.
Right. Believe, you can believe whatever the fuck you want. Believe is not the same as knowing. Okay? So you are in the believe realm.
That the continents were flooded over and over again, recurrently, right?
Flooding. What? Like a wave. Yeah, like here. Yeah, and it resides back. And then another again, and come back, yeah? What are you talking about?
and then they would drain and would flood again.
Drain where? Yeah. See, this is the problem with this retard. Yeah. When you start making astronomical bullshit, like really bullshit, right? It's difficult to justify it, right? Because you cannot piece it together. It's just going. This is one of the times that he's going off script. He's not prepared. So you got one Christian talking to another Christian in a normal environment, on the safe zone, right? But I don't know if he's aware that this will be reviewed in the future. And the astronomical stupidity of his argument is beyond belief.
Again, right? By recurring tsunamis.
Recurring tsunamis, talking about freaking massive waves. So when it resets, where is it going to? So the landmass goes down. So that means the 40 days and 40 nights, or whatever the freaking time it was no land. That's the whole point about the boat being on open waters in the sea.
So it's not necessarily that if you look from space that it had been 40 days of just plain water. It could have been a little more nuanced than that.
Nuance. So basically changing, adapting.
So why did it say then that water was completely covered to the tips of mountains, and we know that water?
Okay. Well,
Right. This is Darth Dawkins in recovery mode.
Okay. It said it. Wait a minute. It said it covered. Well, first of all, one thing is we have to be careful of what we're presupposing.
Hold on. Reader, we have to be careful of what we are presupposing, meaning prepare our script. Right.
You're presupposing that the highest mountaintops,
in this case, would be Everest,
were at the same height as they are now then.
Okay. That was probably what? 6,000 years? Are you telling me that the mountain grew from being a small dune to kilometers high in what? In 6,000 years?
Okay, that's the first presupposition that we don't know about that.
We don't know. So you actually presuppose something that you don't know. Are you for freaking real?
2, when it said it covered the highest mountains, that can mean one of two things.
One of two things. Makeup mode.
Right? It means that it covered above and beyond the highest point on that mountain.
Covered means covered, not partially covered.
Or it's just simply saying that the mountain itself, however high it was, the water had engulfed it. Okay?
Yeah.
So, for example...
Right. Ladies and gentlemen, can you see the minion on the left-hand side of the video? What this idiot, Darth Dawkins, Dr. Darth Dawkins, Ph.D. in Bullshitology, is saying is that the actual mountain was only covered, right? It's like when you pour something on top of the ice cream, how you can see there, like a topping, a creamy topping. That's what he's saying right now, that if it's just covered, never mind the space between one mountain and the other. So basically you have the as a contour. He's contouring the mountain of water.
Suppose we were to say that
suppose,
Manhattan was flooded.
Flooded.
And it covered, let's say, the then standing Twin Towers.
Okay.
Okay. We could say it's covered, even though the tip of it was still poking out.
So it's not covered. The mast, the antenna aerials, is part of the twin tunnel. It's part of the height. So you got an aircraft going along, and the height of the building will be the top, the roof in your perspective. No, in aeronautics, the total area, the total height is including with the area or any other surface protrusion, right? And that is for safety reason.
The
Nope,
uppermost
even if the antenna is out 3 inches,
There you are.
you're falsified, Christian.
Yeah. So the point is the point is flooding all of the continents covered in water need not entail that the water table was all level everywhere.
Okay, he just admitted, right, that the flooding was a contour flooding. He just made it up, right? And you got another problem here that the ignorant sod has not accounted for. Gravity. Okay? For it to stick, it has to be very dense, very like the ice cream. Viscous, that's what we're looking for, right? But still, it will have enough mass to run down, right? Being and then go like that onto this mic. Yeah, imagine it's upwards, right? So it will run down, and it will be. Nah, it's messy. It's not even his argument makes sense, but he's in bullshit mode
over the earth. Okay,
Well,
but even
we know,
let's say that is what the Bible explicitly taught.
No. You are expliciting making it up. That's a freaking big difference. Okay? That's the problem you got. You're changing the narrative of the Bible. Yeah? The man-made book said that the whole mountains were covered in water, meaning more surface water was added to the already oceans. Forget about tsunamis or anything like that. That's not mentioned on the book. You are making shit up. That's why you are the Dr. Darth Dawkins, professor of Bullshitology.
That's not a problem.
Of course it's not a problem. Bullshit is not a problem with you.
For Christians.
No, for you, not for Christians. Not many people would believe in your bullshit.
Because what we have here is God was there. He witnessed it.
What do you mean witness? Witness. A witness is something that has not taken any action. It's just an observer to a possible crime. Are you saying that God did not did the flooding? Who did it?
Now, if they say that's not possible, then
in our current understanding of how the natural world works, it's impossible. It's up to you now.
On what grounds that's right. Also, by the way, do you know what they've recently discovered in modern times? That there are vast unknown caverns of water.
Caverns of water. So what? You're talking about a hole full of water. Wow.
Throughout the earth that they never knew were there.
Yeah.
And
not only that, but most mountains.
Well, hold on. Are you insinuating that the water came out of that hole magically, right, via tectonic movements or upheaval, as you call it, right, created tsunamis by covering continents? Is that your narrative? Is that your Bible, your new Bible story?
If you dig deep enough, you find seashells. Like the Earth has changed drastically.
It doesn't matter.
Like catastrophism is back in vogue now.
Okay, well, so I'm just saying in Genesis, this is Genesis 7:19, and the waters prevailed exceedingly upon the earth and all the high hills, and they were under the whole heaven were covered.
There you are. So basically, this disciple dog, very appropriate, right? Just said to Darth Dawkins, Darth, listen, you're talking out of your rear, right? Just be aware, okay? The magic book said that it was the whole earth was covered, so I more water. Let's see what this idiot says.
That's right.
15 cubits
That
upward did
doesn't
the waters
hold-
prevail and the mountains were
Right,
covered.
right. But now hold on a second. Okay, 15 cubits. That does not mean that the highest mountain ranges were the same height as they are now then.
So it doesn't matter. You're talking about the whole planet Earth with extra water. You're missing the point, idiot.
No, I agree. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
What's this? According to the Bible, the flood happened nearly 2,472 years before the Common Era, or before Christ. Mount Everest grows about 2 centimeters a year. 2 centimeters, okay? Meaning Mount Everest is almost 1 meter shorter than it was at the supposed flood. So that means 2,471 and some change. Oh, sorry. My bad. My bad. I stand corrected. 8,849 meters tall. Right? So it would have been 8 kilometers, 848. It would have been 1 meter lower. You still have to fill 9 kilometers. Just close out 9 kilometers high throughout the world. Where did that water come from? My apologies for the the first reading. As I said, I'm off script.
Number two, okay, these mountains could have been covered in terms of their habitable base.
Well, this is bullshit time. Habitable base. Okay, this is what I think he's saying. Let's say, for example, humans in this mountain, let's say Mount Everest, they were just 200 meters above the mountain, i.e. not above the mountain, climbing on the mountain, right? 200 meters. That means 8,840 something meters above them, there were nobody there. That means that God covered just, let's say, 49 meters. And the rest of the 8,800 meters, he left it alone because he's talking about living creatures.
Whereas the tips of them could be poking out. Okay, the uppermost portion that was not habitable at all, if it was higher than that, could have been protruding from the water level. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So his excuse is that the water was not that high because it was only killing up to the level of the last living thing. Oh, gee.
And if there was no vegetation, then the bird wouldn't have landed.
Right.
Right. This is another stupid thing. A bird doesn't need vegetation to land. It needs land, or birds can land on water. Surprise, surprise.
And so the point is that at one time, whatever height these mountains were, at least the bulk of it was covered, and then it receded. And then
receded to where? You're talking about worldwide flood. You obtuse piece of whatever.
The water table below could have been lower. Okay, if you have recurring,
it doesn't even matter. No one survived.
That's right. Okay, so the point.
Whoa, that was a unbelievable. He just said, Darth, stop fucking saying bullshit. They just died. Just stop being an asshole.
The point is, we have to be careful about our speculations and our depictions of information that we don't have, right?
Right. And what is the standard when you don't have information? What do you say when you don't have information? I don't know. That's the most honest answer you can say. I haven't got a freaking clue on what a particular of circumstance happened, if it happened X time ago. You just shut the freaking up. Okay? Don't make shit up. Don't make yourself a fool.
Yeah.
So the bottom line is, I used to think, well, oh, just water came up from below, and
You can't. You can't. Because if water came from below, no, you can't. Right? You take water out, you have to fill it in with what? Or you're going to fill it in with sand? With air? You can't. Gravity will kick in. Unless it's compressed, but still.
And it rained, and then I have this idea.
And it rained. So water came up plus the rain equal flooding.
That the earth is flooded, that the water table had to be in the same height as it would be over North America as it would be the mid-Atlantic. Not so.
What? Yes, so. It's called gravity. Yeah? You define the law of gravity. You ignorant sod, right? You got a volume, right? And if it's worldwide, gravity would push it in equal distance, right? So it would be like a blob. The same way, allegedly. So, okay. So you're saying to me, for example, on your alleged narrative of the first day of creation, where it says, God made the heaven and the earth was without void and blah, 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 blah. Yeah. And the spirit was over the surface of the water. He's talking about a normal surface, equal distance. But you're saying here, because you have different volumes on the air of the continent, yeah, it had different shape. Is that what you're saying? Right? So you got one land mass. You put one something here, one object inside of a liquid, right? And you put a square here and a bigger square here. Are you saying that the water is going to go like that? Is that what you're saying?
All it would take is for there to be massive, let's say plate tectonics is true, right?
Let's imagine it for a second.
And we have massive geological upheaval, massive earthquakes like the earth has never seen before, causing repeated and recurrent tsunamis where they flood the continents.
No. You're talking about the same system, right? You put two blocks inside of a bucket of water or a swimming pool. Put in a swimming pool, right? And you move two blocks like that. Are you making more water? Is the displacement of the two blocks making air here so there's more water on the top, on the surface? Is that what you're saying, you ignorant son of a gun?
Okay.
Yeah, you could have had a transition.
The continents could have been flooded and reflooded several times over.
This is not a beach, idiot.
All right. Now, when we look at the Grand Canyon and we look at sedimentary layers around the world, this is in keeping with the idea that the flooding was due in large part to recurring tsunamis, right? They were repeatedly.
No, even Ken Hovind doesn't say that, you stupid fool. Listen, Ken Hovind is saying there was one massive in the Grand Canyon. Even him is saying that. He's saying that once the waters receded, right, the sediment layer set the heaviest or things like that, right? Heaviest down and the lighter ones up. Okay, in one event, right? Is don't say that to Kent, because that means it would be in a wash in different times, and you have different different sediment in different stratas. It would be it would be the same. It's like you making 3 or 4 layers of sandwiches, repeating the sandwich. Right? You can put cheese, ham, lettuce, cheese, ham, lettuce, because you are saying that it did it several times, and that's not what happened. That's not what we see on the sedimentation of the Grand Canyon. Okay, what you see at the bottom, you do not see it on the top levels, not even in gradual layers of the other one above being the same as the 1-2 layers down. You're wrong, mega wrong.
Happen because we have multiple layers of sedimentary material, in layers.
Yeah, we could have had a period.
That's millions of years.
For a year where the entire face of the earth shifted such that there is enough water to cover the whole earth if it was in transition and all the continents.
Transition of what? Are you saying that the earth went down? Or the land mass went down, for the water to rise? Okay, the analogy of the brick went down, and that's the illusion of being submerged.
And sunk down, and you had ice ages and
yeah, that's a good point. We had ice ages that lasted 1 year. How moronic. And this is a Christian.
not only that, but like you also have every
B33. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. You're worse than your master Darth Dawkins.
Every people group on this planet has these myths. The Greeks, everybody has them of
I
global flood.
I was just listening to a lecture by a geologist who is anti-creationist, right? But it was probably one of the most reasonable professional lectures where he disagrees.
Right. A geologist, right? And it's a reasonable geologist. Darth Dawkins, are you a geologist? What the fuck do you know, right, to say that it was reasonable? I'm not a geologist. I've got my own set of skills and what I do, right? And I can only give a professional opinion on the skill sets that I've got. You have got shit skills. The only thing you do is mumble in philosophy. Mumbo jumbo. Yeah, philosophy or something that you call it. You're talking out of your rear, trying to make it real.
But he had to point out, and in his research, he's found out that all over the world, we have striking parallels, although with some dissimilarities, of these floods occurring around the world. And he certainly accepted.
Around the world is not the same thing as the whole world simultaneously.
That there were some massive flooding going on in the past in certain regions. I mean, flooding that is to us unheard of, right?
Yeah.
And even he acknowledged that, even though he rejects the idea of a worldwide flood. I don't have where's my phone?
Yeah, he just said. Are you listening to what you're saying? Yeah, sure, the geologist would say, I reject the worldwide flooding, and it could be local flooding. Local flooding has occurred. So, freaking what? Oh, you need to, you have talked too much bullshit that you need to take your phone. Please, answer your phone.
Well, there's actually a huge intersection between alternative archaeology, where they talk about like the Younger Dryas and the Ice Age ending.
I apologize. I'll be right back. I got to get my phone.
Yeah.
You got to get your phone. You mean you got to answer the phone? It hasn't rung.
Sure.
Oh, I didn't want to touch upon this, but let's do it because I saw the video at the end. Well, it was quite funny.
Oh, but yeah, in terms of like alternative archaeology, where they talk about how it was some sort of advanced civilization before the flood.
Alternative archaeology, right?
But like that really does have a lot of crossover with the biblical narrative, and I don't know if you're aware or not. But
I have a question. Does anybody ever heard of the Book of Enoch?
of course, yeah.
It just the Book of Enoch has striking parallels with a lot of ancient myths of gods being on the earth, and the Book of Enoch explained that they're basically angels, corrupted angels, teaching humanity advanced technology and other stuff.
Look at all the megaliths and all this stuff we can't explain. Like that has huge crossover with the.
Well, you don't know, so what you cannot explain, you don't know. So you shut the fuck up.
Bible. Now, Darth, are you back?
No, he's not back. He ran away like a coward, like he's always is.
Well, you know what happened, Ish, even during Genesis. I mean, angels were trying to procreate with humans.
In Genesis? Are you for real?
Fallen angels. And
Yeah, it created the myth giants.
Yeah.
On top
by the
of
way,
this, there was every culture they always mention a giant. If you think about it, the Chinese had their own version of giants, and the Greeks and the Scottish they have their own version of giants.
Now, I'm a little hesitant about the giant thing because, like, just given chemistry and stuff, like it's hard to imagine like a 30-foot person because the body doesn't work. But if they're angels, that's not an issue, right? If they're just appearing to be men, you know.
I like that. That's cute.
I mean, angels technically are supernatural.
Yeah.
If you think about it.
Yeah, I'm just saying from a purely natural perspective, to have like a
angels technically
30-foot
are
man with the same shape as us doesn't
supernatural.
work
Yeah,
with
if
the
you think
pumping
about
of the blood and stuff. Yeah, I'm just saying.
Hi Gladys.
Of course,
I
you know, if they're
just
angels, it doesn't matter, they're just
I just opened the web page, so I could not see the chat. My apologies for that. Hi Gladys.
yeah, but the giants weren't they the offspring of the angels and the women?
Page, so I could not see the chat. My
Oh,
apologies
so they
for
say.
that.
I don't know how to interpret that.
Yeah, me neither.
Right, let me
Now, the
change the
Catholics
voice.
believe that as long as you accept Jesus before you die, anyone can get into heaven. Really? Anyone?
Right, let me change.
I accept Jesus as my Lord and Savior.
Yeah, that's as shitty as cures. Right, Saddam Hussein,
Lord and Savior.
he wants to go to heaven, just in case. So any bad person that have committed serious atrocities throughout the world, they just, you know what, I repent, I want to go to heaven, I need that, because that's what the only thing you need to do, repent of your sins, and you are done to heaven, I need that, because that's what the only thing you need to do, repent of your sins, and you are done to heaven. Right, this next video, oh shit, hold on, let me change my voice.
Right, this is a church, right, by Benny Hinn. Right, he's a preacher, specialist in the power of Jedi. He uses the Force. Watch it. The power of Jedi. He uses the Force. Watch it. The power of...
Something happening here.
Go on, my man. Go on.
Exactly clear.
Whoosh. The Force is strong. Wow. Oh, I'm superhuman. I'm an angel. Look at that. Oh, the Force is strong. Whoosh.
Do you want to play a game? Let me push you. Push. Go. Too much bullshit. Oof, too much work here. okay? He looks like a fucking Torero. Hey. Wash everybody. Hold on, follow. You cannot. Hold on. Let's watch this. Wash everybody. Hold on. It's on there. Now, this guy's gonna help the old man and says, what the fuck is he doing? Man, he's pushing this asshole. Push. Oh, he fell. Oh, bless him. Oh, I'm so sexy. Hold on, this asshole. Push. No. You need another voice. This one. Oh, I'm so sexy. Which one? Yeah, this one.
Yes. Oh yeah, let's make it happen. Oh, who's in the house? Benny Hill is in the house. Hey, your big mama here. Mama, you need to fall, mama. You need to fall. We need about 6-7 cases for you. Whoosh. Oh, look at that. Martial arts. Whoosh. Yes. Go on, again. Push, you asshole. Oh, 10. Magic on this guy here. Bitchy. I want it big. I want it huge. Excuse me. Oh man, the power of God. Bullshit. Bullshit. I'm full of it. Push. Oh man, I want bigger. I want to think bigger. I'm tired. It's so fucking. Oh, push, woman, fall, bitch, fall. You see how big I am? Come on, do it again. Oh no. Go down, my minions, go down. Help me down. Oh, thank you. Oh, go to the wave. Whoosh. Ooh, whoosh. Oh, powerful, so fucking powerful. Oh, the force is strong, man. You are mega a Jedi master there. What, next one? Who's that? Who? Oh, three at the time. Push. Fall down, bitch. Fall down. Oh, Granny. My Granny. Push the Granny. That helps. That helps support. Yeah, you come down here. Oh, he's a big brother. Oh, my nigga. Yeah, push. Let me push you. No. You took it. Yeah, he's a big man. Oh, shit, you fucked up, man. Come on. Yeah, let me push you. Sit your ass down. Oh, shit. Oh, push. Yeah, that was it. That was because you didn't fall the first time, bitch. Come on, gonna slap you again. Push. Oh, fucking loud. What? You want to know a push? Yeah, I'm the man. Yeah, these are all Christianity. Well, get up, and you're gonna get up again. Oh, look at that, chi. Tai Chi, he's gonna do some Tai Chi shit. It finished. Right, ladies and gentlemen, let me finish. Right. Okay, so this was the end. I hope you enjoyed Mr. Darth Dawkins giving his bullshit explanation of different things. And yeah, impressive, isn't it? I think Darth Dawkins wants to be a Jedi like Benny Him. Yeah, he should learn a lot from him. He should be his Padawan. Okay, so you got minions for Darth Dawkins, and Darth Dawkins should be the Padawan of Sith Benny Him. Okay, so for whoever was watching, thank you for this, and until next time, have a nice one. Let me end. I'm using a Gamecaster and I cannot stop the freaking thing. Ha ha ha. How do you stop it? This was the
Am I transmitting? Yes. Oh, here. Excellent connection. End stream. Look at that. Osh.